Chosen one, hear me now, because what I am about to declare is not for the faint of heart. You have been carrying a weight that no one else could see. You've been standing in the shadows of unfinished doors, missed opportunities, and relationships that no longer serve your destiny. And yet through it all, you have remained resilient, faithful, and determined. But God is shifting the atmosphere around you. What was once clinging, what was once taking up the sacred space reserved for your calling, is being removed. Yes, everything that needed to leave your life has had to go, and it's happening now. This is your moment of divine clarity. The season of purging, of clearing, of letting go of what binds you has reached its climax. It might feel sudden. It might feel unsettling. But do not despair. Every loss, every closed door, every ending you didn't understand, it has a purpose. God is not abandoning you. He is making room. Room for breakthroughs, room for blessings, room for the unseen, destined favor that only those who endure the refining process will receive. Look around you, chosen one. Some spaces in your life feel empty now. People, opportunities, or old patterns have disappeared. And yet the emptiness is holy. It is sacred ground. It is the fertile soil where God will plant the extraordinary next phase of your calling. Do not rush it. Do not fear it. What is leaving is not a punishment. What is leaving is a divine recalibration. It is a statement from heaven that there is something far greater waiting for you, and it cannot arrive while the old is still lingering. The shift you are sensing is not random. It is precise. It is intentional. It is orchestrated by the one who knows every detail of your journey before it even begins. And here is the truth you must hold on to. You are rare. You are chosen. You are marked for a destiny that demands purity of focus, clarity of heart, and readiness to step into what has been prepared for you. Everything that remains is sacred, and everything that departs is a gift, clearing the way for the fullness of your assignment. So stay alert. Stay awake. Pay attention to the whispers of the Spirit. Because the winds of change are not just blowing, they are a herald of what is coming. And by the time the door opens fully, you will see with eyes of faith that everything that left had to go. Every loss, every closed chapter, every painful goodbye, it was not rejection. It was divine preparation. Brace yourself, chosen one. The space is being made, the season is shifting, and what God is about to bring into your life will overwhelm you with joy, with purpose, and with destiny. You may feel the shift already stirring within your spirit, subtle yet undeniable. That gentle pull, that quiet insistence is the voice of heaven, guiding you through the transitions you can't yet fully see. This is not mere chance or coincidence. The one who charts the stars, who speaks to the oceans, who measures the seasons with perfect wisdom, he is moving in your life. Every closing door, every removal, every letting go you've endured has been orchestrated by divine hands. Nothing has been left to randomness. God is not distant. He's not waiting on the sidelines, unsure of what to do next. He is actively shaping your path, carving the space where your purpose will bloom, and commanding the elements of your life to align with the destiny He has written specifically for you. Even when the process feels uncomfortable, even when it feels like loss, you are not abandoned. This is the deliberate work of a loving Creator aligning your steps with eternal wisdom. Understand this: what has departed is not punishment. What has shifted is not rejection. It is refinement. It is preparation. And heaven does not operate on human timelines. What feels delayed is merely aligning with the perfect moment when your life can receive more than you've ever imagined. Every trial, every closed door, every emptiness you've encountered, these have all been deliberate instruments in God's plan to make your path straight and your space ready. In this moment, pay attention to the stillness between the storms. That quiet, sacred pause is the signal that something extraordinary is being readied. The presence of God is tangible here, even if you cannot yet see the fullness of what is coming. He is a master architect, removing clutter, clearing distractions, and preparing the environment for blessings that cannot coexist with what is being removed. The timing is exact, the design intentional, and the outcome perfect. There is a sacred trust embedded in this process. You are being called to observe, to listen, and to yield, to trust beyond your understanding. Faith is not passive, it is active participation in what heaven is accomplishing. It is embracing the truth that every departure, every ending, every piece of your life that was meant to go has been taken with precision and purpose. The hands that hold the universe are also holding your life, and every action they take is deliberate, holy, and tailored to your ultimate good. Even now, as you feel uncertainty pressing against your heart, know this divine intelligence is moving behind the scenes. Your story is being rewritten with intention. Your next chapter is being shaped with sacred care. And while you may not see the full picture yet, your spirit recognizes the unseen currents of destiny pulling you toward what is meant to be. The space is being prepared, the path is being cleared, and the favor that awaits you is already positioning itself to enter your life. Remain receptive. Listen with your spirit. Trust the divine orchestration that surpasses understanding. And know that everything you have experienced, the letting go, the endings, the losses has not been wasted. It has been necessary. It has been holy. It has been God Himself making room for what is greater than you could ever imagine. And now, the revelation begins to unfold. The space that has been cleared in your life, the rooms that have emptied the doors, that have closed the burdens that have been lifted, is not a void. It is the canvas upon which God will paint your next season. A season of increase, a season of favor, a season where the impossible becomes tangible. What has been removed was never meant to accompany the fullness of your calling. It was always a placeholder, a temporary weight, a shadow that obscured the brilliance of what God has prepared. Hear this clearly: what is coming is not ordinary. It is unprecedented. It is holy. Imagine a room bathed in golden light walls, shimmering with the presence of God, and every object, every person, every opportunity that now enters your life has been handpicked by heaven itself. The old had to leave so that the new could arrive unencumbered. The storms you endured, the delays you endured, the heartbreaks you carried, they were all instruments in this divine symphony, tuning your heart, sharpening your vision, and preparing you to receive the extraordinary. This is the prophecy. A new level of spiritual alignment is entering your life. Doors will open that you did not even know existed. Opportunities will come with such timing, precision, and favor that it will feel almost miraculous. Relationships that are aligned with your destiny will present themselves naturally, effortlessly, as if the universe itself conspires to bring them to you. The burdens that once seemed permanent are now dissolving, replaced by clarity, purpose, and divine direction. But it is not only blessings you are stepping into, it is also transformation. God is unveiling a new version of you, stronger, wiser, and fully equipped to carry the mantle of what has been prepared. This shift will demand your courage, your faith, and your obedience. It is a call to step fully into the person God has been shaping in the unseen. You are being positioned for influence, for impact, for fulfillment in ways that will stretch your imagination and expand your faith. Notice the signs around you, moments of synchronicity, doors that open in unexpected places, encounters that leave your spirit stirred. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that the prophecy is moving from the invisible into the visible. What has been removed, the people, the habits, the fears, the old patterns, was making space for exactly what is now approaching. God is rearranging your life with divine precision, ensuring that nothing unworthy remains, to obscure the glory of what is to come. And while you may not yet see the entire picture, trust that the design is perfect. Even the silence, even the pauses, even the moments that feel uncertain, they are all part of the unfolding. You are witnessing the preparation before the grand unveiling. The chains that once bound you are breaking. The walls that confined you are falling. And in the space created, blessings, assignments, and divine favor are being released, ready to pour into your life like rivers of living water. This prophecy is personal. It is not for anyone else, it is for you. The hand of God is moving in your story, shifting circumstances, aligning connections, and creating the precise conditions necessary for your breakthrough. Do not resist it. Do not doubt it. Every step of this season has been intentional. Everything that is left had to go. And everything that is coming is the fullness of what has been reserved for you from the beginning. Prepare your heart, prepare your spirit, and prepare your life. The prophecy is here. The moment is unfolding. God is making room, and the new season, your season, is about to be unveiled in glorious, unstoppable favor. Now pause for a moment and feel the weight of what is happening. What has left your life is not merely absence. It is a divine signal, a spiritual statement that your path is being refined. Every closed door, every ended season, every relationship or opportunity that did not align with your destiny was a part of God's careful pruning. Like a gardener shaping a sacred tree, the Creator removes what hinders growth so that the branches may stretch higher, so that the fruit may ripen in full measure. Consider the storms you have walked through. Those turbulent winds, the nights of confusion, and the days of waiting, they were not punishment. They were the storm before the calm, the furnace before the gold is purified. In each moment that felt like loss, God was teaching you to trust, to lean not on your own understanding, and to see beyond the surface of life into the unseen currents of divine orchestration. The emptiness, the sudden departures, the silences, they are all holy indicators, a language of heaven saying, prepare for what is coming is beyond what you can imagine. Doors in your life that slammed shut were never meant to remain open. They were barriers to blessings you could not yet receive. God is meticulous. He does not release favor where it would be diminished or hindered. The spaces now cleared are not empty. They are sacred rooms ready to receive the fullness of your purpose. And in the same way, the people who have left, the connections that have faded, and the habits that have dissolved were all occupying space that God's plan now requires for the extraordinary. Think of this like light entering a darkened chamber. The shadows that lingered were not permanent. They were temporary, giving way to illumination. The more space that opens, the brighter the light can shine. The principle is clear. God's favor cannot coexist with the residue of what is unworthy of your destiny. It is a spiritual law of preparation, a divine alignment that ensures nothing obstructs the flow of blessings, revelation, and assignments. This season also speaks of timing. Divine timing is never rushed. It is precise, intentional, and orchestrated with eternal wisdom. What feels delayed, uncertain, or invisible is actually perfectly aligned. The departures you've experienced were scheduled, not accidental. They were choreographed by God to make room for that which has always been meant for you. Nothing is wasted, nothing is random, and nothing happens without purpose. Your faith is being stretched so that when the fullness arrives, you will recognize it, embrace it, and steward it well. There is also a deeper principle here. Separation is sacred. The removal of people patterns and pressures is not merely external, it is internal. God is creating room within your spirit, clearing the corridors of your soul so that you may carry the fullness of His presence. Spiritual readiness is not passive, it is cultivated. The empty spaces in your life are invitations to cultivate trust, humility, patience, and clarity. They are the preparation for revelation, for wisdom, and for the divine empowerment that will carry you into your next season. Do not fear the void, for it is holy ground. It is in these sacred spaces that God's whispers become audible, that your intuition sharpens, and that your alignment with destiny becomes unmistakable. You are learning to recognize the rhythm of heaven, the patterns of divine movement, and the sacred sequencing of life itself. Every removal, every ending, every change is teaching you the language of faith. A language that will allow you to step into the future fully prepared, fully aware, and fully empowered. So see this clearly. The departures in your life are not accidents. They are divine signposts. They are heavenly instructions that say, clear your heart, clear your path, for the fullness of what I am bringing cannot enter until the space is prepared. The spiritual truth is undeniable. What is left had to go. And now, in the fertile soil of your emptied spaces, God is planting seeds of extraordinary promise. Your spirit knows this. Your soul senses it. The unseen currents of heaven are shifting in alignment with your destiny. And if you are attentive, if you are patient, and if you are obedient, you will witness the manifestation of blessings, assignments, and transformations that will confirm every loss was necessary, every departure was intentional, and every shift was sacred. As the space in your life continues to shift, the signs of heaven's work will begin to appear. These confirmations are subtle yet unmistakable to a spirit that is awake and listening. Pay attention, for God speaks in details that the world may overlook, in moments that feel ordinary, but are extraordinary in their meaning. One of the first signs is peace in the midst of change. Even as circumstances shift, doors close, or relationships fade, you will notice an unusual calm settling over your heart. It is the Spirit whispering reassurance. What is left was meant to go, and what is coming cannot be hindered. This peace is a holy marker, a confirmation that you are in alignment with God's timing. A second sign is sudden clarity in decisions. Choices that once felt confusing or overwhelming will begin to make sense. The fog lifts. The path becomes illuminated. You may find yourself instinctively knowing which steps to take, which directions to pursue, and which situations to release. This clarity is more than intuition. It is divine instruction unfolding in your awareness. A third confirmation comes through synchronized encounters. People, messages, or opportunities will appear at precisely the right moment, as if the universe itself is guiding them to you. These meetings are not coincidences. They are orchestrated connections designed to align with your destiny. Notice them and act with discernment. They are heaven's fingerprints on your journey. Fourth, there is the stirring of hope and anticipation. Even when external circumstances suggest lack or limitation, your heart will feel expectation. A quiet excitement, a subtle knowing begins to rise within you. This is the Spirit planting confidence and faith that your future is already prepared, even if it is not yet visible. Fifth, watch for divine favor in unexpected areas. Small blessings, opportunities, or breakthroughs may appear in places you did not anticipate. Perhaps a conversation leads to a solution. A door opens where you least expected, or support arises from an unlikely source. These moments are confirmations that God is actively making room for His plans to manifest. Finally, notice a release of burdens you've carried for years. What once weighed heavily on your heart begins to feel lighter. Emotional, spiritual, or relational baggage is being lifted. The freedom you feel is tangible evidence that God is preparing your life for the fullness of your calling. Each of these signs is like a beacon, a light shining in the fog to guide your steps. They are reminders that the process of clearing and preparing your life is divinely orchestrated. Pay attention, recognize them, celebrate them. They confirm that what is left had to go, and that what remains, what is arriving, is ordained and purposeful. Even as blessings begin to form and signs of favor appear, be aware that the process is not without hidden challenges. The clearing of your life, though necessary, can stir discomfort, uncertainty, and resistance. Some days will feel heavier than others, and the space that has been opened may feel eerily empty before it fills. These are not punishments. They are tests refining your character and strengthening your spirit for the fullness of what is coming. One challenge is the temptation to doubt. When old patterns, relationships, or opportunities leave your mind, may question why it had to happen, or if you are losing more than you are gaining. This is a natural response. But it is also a spiritual test to trust God's timing, even when it defies human logic. Faith grows in the tension between what is seen and what is unseen. Another challenge is the subtle pull of the past. Memories, regrets, and what-ifs may attempt to draw you back into the spaces that have been cleared. These mental or emotional echoes can be strong, especially when loneliness or uncertainty creeps in. God allows this to surface, not to discourage you, but to strengthen your discernment and your resolve. Recognize it for what it is, a shadow of what is past, and do not allow it to hinder your forward motion. There may also be external resistance. People, circumstances, or even seemingly random events may appear as obstacles. They are designed to test your patience, perseverance, and alignment with God's will. These obstacles are not a sign that you are off course. They are part of the refining process, ensuring that only the most prepared, faithful, and obedient will fully step into their destiny. Another hidden challenge is internal restlessness. The void left behind can stir a sense of unease, a desire for immediate fulfillment, or impatience for the new season to arrive. God allows this feeling to stretch your endurance, to teach you to wait with grace, and to cultivate a deeper reliance on Him, rather than on circumstances or timelines you can control. Finally, be aware of the testing of integrity and focus. As doors open, you may be tempted to fill the space too quickly to accept what is convenient, rather than what is divinely appointed. The challenge is to remain aligned with God's intention to guard your heart and to act from a place of spiritual clarity rather than human impulse. Take courage. Each challenge is temporary. Each test is purposeful, and each difficulty is a stepping stone to the next level of your calling. The unseen struggles are not meant to break you. They are meant to strengthen you. They are the quiet forging of a spirit that is ready to receive, to steward, and to thrive in the new season God is releasing. Remember, endurance is not passive. It is active faith. It is the knowing that what is left had to go, and that the space now created is sacred ground for God's plan to manifest fully. Now, as the space in your life has been cleared and the hidden challenges have revealed themselves, it is time to act not out of fear, but out of intentional alignment with God's plan. The next steps you take will determine how fully you receive the blessings and assignments He is preparing. These are not suggestions. They are divine instructions for your heart, your spirit, and your life. First, commit to sacred discernment. Not everything that comes toward you is meant to enter your life. Pray, meditate, and seek God's guidance in every decision. Ask for clarity in every interaction, every opportunity, and every choice. Guard your heart against distractions and influences that do not align with your calling. What has left your life has cleared the path for what is wholly sacred and purpose-driven. Stay vigilant and allow heaven to guide your steps. Second, embrace intentional space. The empty rooms in your life are fertile ground for spiritual growth. Fill them not with noise, temporary comfort, or worldly distractions, but with prayer, reflection, and preparation. Use this time to strengthen your connection to God, to cultivate patience, and to deepen your understanding of your purpose. The sacred spaces now available are ready for the fullness of divine provision, but they must be respected and maintained. Third, release what remains in your control. If there are grudges, fears, or attachments that linger, surrender them fully. Do not allow unresolved emotions to occupy the space God has cleared. Forgive, let go, and move forward with intention. This is not weakness, it is divine obedience. Only a heart unburdened by lingering attachment can receive the magnitude of God's favor that is approaching. Fourth, align your actions with destiny. Every step you take should reflect the life you are being called into. Act with integrity, pursue what is meaningful, and invest your energy in the areas that have divine purpose. Do not be tempted by shortcuts or immediate gratification. The timing is sacred, and your preparation now ensures that when the fullness arrives, you are ready to steward it well. Fifth, speak faith-filled declarations over your life. Words have power. Declare over yourself and your circumstances that the old is gone, that space has been made, and that divine provision is arriving. Speak with authority, confidence, and expectation. Align your words with God's promises and watch how they begin to manifest in alignment with His will. Sixth, remain watchful for signs and confirmations. Pay attention to moments of clarity, encounters, or unexpected opportunities. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations from heaven. Recognize them, act with discernment, and follow the promptings of the Spirit without hesitation. God often signals His guidance through subtle signs, and your attentiveness ensures you will not miss them. Finally, practice gratitude and anticipation. Even before the blessings arrive, cultivate a heart of thankfulness. Celebrate the empty spaces as sacred preparation. Rejoice in the lessons learned through the departure's challenges and delays. Gratitude opens the channels of favor and positions your heart to receive more than you can imagine. Remember, these instructions are urgent, not in panic, but in divine priority. The moment is fleeting, the preparation sacred, and the timing perfect. By following these steps, you are not merely waiting for blessings, you are actively participating in their arrival. You are stewarding your readiness, aligning with your destiny, and stepping into a season that God Himself has prepared. Every action you take, every choice you make, and every word you declare now has eternal significance. The doors that were once closed, the burdens that have been lifted, and the space that has been cleared, all are sacred instruments in this divine orchestration. Act wisely. Act faithfully. Act now, as you step forward into the space God has prepared. Know this, you are not walking alone. Though the doors have closed and the familiar has faded, the presence of God surrounds you. His protection is both visible and invisible, tangible and spiritual. Like a fortress of light, His power shields you from harm, guards your heart, and secures the path ahead. Nothing can enter your life that is not ordained, and nothing can remain that is unworthy. You may feel exposed at times, as if the world is uncertain or threatening, but these sensations are part of the refining process. They are reminders to lean not on what you see, but on the eternal, unshakable protection that God provides. Imagine a cloak of divine fire wrapping around you, burning away fear, doubt, and insecurity. Every step you take is accompanied by unseen angels, every decision guided by heavenly wisdom, and every obstacle already accounted for in God's perfect plan. Protection also comes through discernment. God illuminates your path so that you can recognize the dangers before they manifest. He equips your spirit with insight to identify deception, misdirection, and distraction. What appears challenging on the surface may be a test, a lesson, or a shield in disguise. Trust in His guidance and walk with confidence, knowing that each step forward is under His careful watch. Your soul is being fortified. Your heart is being guarded, and your mind is being strengthened to resist fear and uncertainty. Even in moments when the world seems unstable, you are anchored in the immovable presence of God. This is not passive protection, it is active living and constant. You are enveloped in an invisible fortress that no circumstance, person, or force can breach. Take comfort in the assurance that what has left your life has done so under divine supervision. Every closure, every ending, and every removal has been carefully orchestrated to preserve your spiritual integrity and to make room for what is holy. God's protection ensures that only what aligns with your destiny remains, and only what is necessary for your assignment is allowed to enter. So when fear whispers, when uncertainty tempts, or when you feel alone, remember this: you are being watched, guided, and defended by the Creator Himself. Nothing can overtake the space He is making for you. Nothing can hinder the blessing He is releasing. The storms may roar, but you are safe within the circle of divine protection, and every step you take toward your calling is secured by heaven itself. Hold on to this truth. Let it settle into your spirit. Let it strengthen your resolve. God is making room. God is protecting the space. And God's assurance is unshakable. You are not alone. You are never alone. As the clearing completes and the new season begins to unfold, a transformation will take place within you, profound, undeniable, and eternal. This is the fruit of all that has left, all that has been removed, and all that has been refined. You are stepping into a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and fully aligned with the destiny God has written for you. The person you were yesterday is giving way to the person God has always intended you to become. This transformation is both internal and external. Internally, your spirit is being renewed. Old fears dissolve, insecurities fade, and your confidence in God's guidance becomes unwavering. You will notice a clarity of purpose that penetrates every thought, every decision, and every intention. Externally, doors will open. Opportunities will arise, and connections that were once distant will now align with ease. Your environment will begin to reflect the alignment of your heart and spirit. Feel it now. The space that was once empty is now fertile with promise. The blessings that could not enter before are now flowing toward you, freely unimpeded by what no longer belongs. You will experience moments of joy and fulfillment that are disproportionate to the effort you have expended, because divine favor does not reward effort alone. It flows to the obedient, the patient, and the faithful. The fullness of your life is beginning to manifest, and you will recognize the hand of God in every breakthrough. The emotional impact will be profound. There will be moments of awe, moments of tears, and moments when the magnitude of God's orchestration will leave you speechless. You will look back and see that every closure, every loss, every challenge was a step toward this revelation. Gratitude will rise in your heart, not just for what has arrived, but for what has been removed. The clearing of space becomes a sacred act of divine justice, a prelude to your elevation. Spiritually, you will sense a deep alignment with your purpose. The burdens that once held you back will feel like distant memories, and the wisdom gained from the refining process will equip you to navigate future seasons with grace, strength, and confidence. You will walk with a new authority, one rooted in divine experience, faith, and endurance. This authority will not be loud or boastful. It will be quiet, undeniable, and recognized by all who encounter your life. The fulfillment of this season is not only about what you receive, it is about who you have become in the process. You are now a vessel prepared to carry influence, stewardship, and assignments that were once beyond reach. Your life has been aligned with destiny, and your spirit is attuned to the rhythm of heaven. You will move forward not out of fear, not out of obligation, but out of joy, purpose, and sacred readiness. Let the visions settle in your soul, a life unburdened, a path illuminated, a calling fulfilled. The transformation is complete when you recognize that everything that left had to go. The spaces cleared, the endings endured, and the challenges overcome were all instruments in the divine symphony of your life. And now, standing in the fullness of this prepared season, you are ready to receive, to walk, and to thrive in the destiny that has been patiently, intentionally, and lovingly crafted for you. Now let these words settle deep within your spirit. Speak them aloud, claim them over your life, and allow the truth of heaven to resonate within you. Affirmation 1. I release all that no longer serves me. I am open to receive the fullness of God's plan. Affirmation 2. Every space in my life is prepared for divine blessings. I walk in alignment with my destiny. Affirmation 3. I trust the timing of God. Every closure and departure has been intentional and holy. Affirmation 4. I am protected, guided, and empowered by the presence of God. I am never alone. As you hold these affirmations in your heart, feel the weight of heaven's favor resting upon you. The hand of God is not passive, it is active, moving on your behalf, orchestrating every detail, and ensuring that nothing can hinder what has been prepared for you. What is left had to go, and in its place, a new season of abundance, clarity, and divine purpose is now being released. May your spirit rise in anticipation of the breakthroughs and blessings to come. May every empty space become a sacred chamber filled with joy, opportunity, and holy alignment. May the peace that surpasses understanding guard your heart and mind, and may the presence of God illuminate your path at every turn. Walk forward with courage, knowing that the endings you have endured were never against you. They were for you. Every removal was a divine act of preparation, making room for your true calling to flourish. Receive this truth fully, carry it boldly, and step into the fullness of your life with gratitude, faith, and expectation. And now I speak this prophetic blessing over you. May your life be a reflection of heaven's order. May the spaces cleared in your heart, mind, and environment become fertile ground for miracles. May your steps be guided by wisdom, your decisions be marked by discernment, and your journey be accompanied by divine favor. May you walk in the fullness of your calling, empowered, protected, and unstoppable as heaven's promises manifest in every area of your life. The season has changed. The path has been prepared. The room has been made. Receive it. Step into it. And know that the God who removed what was holding you back is the same God who now moves mightily to bring your destiny to life. Amen.